Hello everyone, it's time to do some embellishing on this little hand-stitched notebook. So I've made some notes to hopefully make this go faster. I wanted to turn this into a tuck spot, so I'm going to take some tacky glue and just glue the edges here. I think I might want to add something to the edge of that, but I'm not sure if I had an idea of what I wanted to add there or not. I have, so give this good friction, get that on there, and this will become a tuck spot. Scrap, let's see. That's too big obviously, but I'll leave that. So I went through, I have this little box of scrap, tiny scrap papers, and then I have this little box of scrap trims, and I went through and picked out some things for each of these pages, and I've got them kind of lined up here in order. So I wanted, let's see, I actually think I said there were 15 pages, but turns out there's 14 full-size ones. Basically, I wanted to do a tab every third page, I think, is what I had decided. And then I've got this, what is this, Fabri-Tac stuff for the fabric to hold it together and hold it on. It's that snotty glue. So I put these, what are these called? These like page tag things here to mark the post-it things, to mark kind of a, I can't think of my words, I'm sorry, to mark where I wanted to put these so that they're evenly spaced. That's what I'm trying to say, yes. Boy, sometimes it's hard to get words out when filming because then you actually have to have them come out and properly, hopefully, and that's when they suddenly, your communication fails you. I don't know what it is or why that is, but there, a cap. Oh, this is what I was going to do on that page. Sorry, let's go back to the first one. I knew I'd put something together. So I took from the little paper scrap box this little piece of scrap and layered it with this little scrap and this one, this little doily, and then I punched a heart out of this and this tiny little word, courage. And I was going, and I took the liberty of gluing that together off camera. I was going to put that right here. And as you can see, this music composition paper is kind of an off-white with the black lines, so I've gone with grays and blacks and whites there. Now, let's move on to the second one. For the second one, I'm going to set that there to hold it. No, I'm going to use this actually. Oh, that's right. I have my tiny attacher here, and I forgot that I was going to use it for some. So, for the second one, I've layered some vintage lace here, lace trim. This is a velvet pink vintage ribbon here, and then an elastic ribbon that is not vintage. I'm going to put these together real quick with this Fabri-Tac, and this stuff does not come out easily, but it does hold fabric pretty well. Alright, oh, and I forgot to mention, if you saw the first video, you might be wondering what happened to your pages. Well, I also did some spraying off camera because I tend to not want a whole lot of white in mine. White space, you know. Yeah, it's not my thing. So I sprayed. I think I left one white page. You know, gotta have one. This here that I'm fiddling with is some fabric washi. So I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but maybe I'll just do this. I hope I don't ruin it. Just playing around with it, and then I'm gonna trim it into a little bit of an angle there. Okay, what I was going to do with this one that I just decided here just now was I was going to use my tiny attacher like I had wanted to earlier and didn't. Let's put that together. It's fiddly and I feel like I don't have tiny fingers, and so I'm going to turn this, that way I can do this somewhat properly. And my little tiny attacher. Here's someone stomping around upstairs. Hopefully they're not coming to interrupt me. Alright. That I just did two for secure. And then I might come back later, and what I've done in the past is put a little sticker or some little embellishment there. This I put together with some of those scraps. So, and I was going to make this another tuck spot. So I'm going to adhere on the top with the tacky glue. Am I out of frame? Scoot up a little. There we go. And down, halfway down the side or so, to give a good place for tucking. Put that right up near the top. And this one, I'm not losing writing space much with this tuck spot because I couldn't probably write over the today. That's part of the word today. So yeah, I probably couldn't write over that, and that's why I thought it'd be a good place for a tuck spot. So then I've got this scrap of paper here, and you can see, if you look closely, it's not even cut evenly, but I just hid that underneath this tiny little scrap here. And where do I want that? I think I want just right there maybe. I haven't decided quite everything. I'm gonna put it closer to the bottom of the tuck, but not all the way. Let's see what we have here that we can use to tuck up there. I'll just fold this and voila, it's a tuck spot. All right, moving on to embellishment number 4. Should we staple that one again? Why not? And then I don't even think I need adhesive. I could just, right? So on this one, I just absolutely have loved this fabric ribbon. It's like a grosgrain ribbon. I'm gonna staple it real quick and then finish talking. And I think it was wrapped around something I bought. Yeah. And it's just beautiful. So I've used every little bit of it that I can. And then behind it I have some green mulberry paper that I've also had for a very long time. So, and then again I might go back and cover that part up. And I might add, you know, probably won't do any stamping, but probably those stickers to cover up the staples. So, and as you can see here, as we've been going, you've probably noticed that I was holding together my little ideas with these tiny clothespins. Oops, threw that away. And let's glue this one. Oh, look, we got a lovely globule there, so I might as well use it. Glue this one on. This is some scrap muslin that I had sprayed and used in my mermaid journal, mermaid themed journal. Check that out if you'd like. It's one of my more recent videos on my page, my channel, not my page. I don't have a page. And so anyway, obviously this was an offcut that didn't get used, but now it is being used. And how about we take, where'd that stapler go? This little stapler, and no, not you. This here is some baker's twine. I want to get all of you in there. This is difficult. I think I might have to do, yeah. Well, it's, what I'm going to do here is, I didn't really get all of it with the staple, but I also have this little puff ball. Ooh, it's so soft, that I'm going to glue on there. And I've got like Fabri-Tac snotty on my hand. Okay. Anyway, moving on. How's that look? I like it. This, I love how this spraying turned out. I used a stencil to spray. It's very beautiful. So, number 6 here hanging out, I have a piece of, what is this? Just some random white fabric stuff. I don't know. It's a very light woven white fabric. But, and I could not tell you what it's a scrap from, because honestly, I don't remember. But it's going to be great in here. Yeah. Then I have a little piece of shiny blue ribbon. Get a nice bit of this. I think I need some more of this Fabri-Tac. I'm running low, but it should do the trick today. So let's stick this right on the edge. Oh, why did I put my finger there? And then I'm gonna glue this part and just get the center of it. And this was from some vintage trim that I think I got at a yard sale or something. Some kind of something. Or the thrift store. It might have been the thrift store. And it's a length of it. It's not just one, you know, they're and I cut it off right there. You see where those little, wow. Anywho, I'm gonna trim the edge of that because it's not quite even. I feel like I'm not even finishing sentences, but I apologize for that because I'm not sure I can fix that right now. I didn't sleep very well last night, for sure. And that's not helping my brain to function properly at all. But I just go on anyway. All right, how do you like that? And I do believe that it wants to glue to the page here. Where was I? Okay. 7 is right before 8. Okay, I'm gonna hold that down there for a second. I need an extra arm or two. Do you ever find that? And as a mom, I've found that a lot. Yeah, but we make do. And hopefully we don't injure ourselves too much, because sometimes that's how we make do, which is not always a good idea. Okay, come on, stapler, get in there. There may be an easier way to do this, but I do have a natural skill for finding the hardest way to do something and then setting about doing it that way. So if you have any idea on that, go ahead and kindly let me know, please. And also, I should have sprayed the papers beforehand, I think. I'm gonna probably do some washi tape because I had a couple tears from my wet application of spray after the fact. So that was another thing I thought, I would do that differently next time. So that, yeah, I want to let you know that. Definitely spray the pages first. I got a little impatient, I guess, which, well, that happens a lot actually, because, you know, I want to do it right away, and I don't want to wait, and yep. I wanted to sew it together, and I should have, what? Why did I put glue on the edge of that? Okay. I'm not sure why I did that, and now I'm messy again. So maybe I'll have to go back and put something right there because it looks all glued on. Maybe a tiny heart or something. Ah, I'll stop the video. I'll find a couple things and then maybe I'll start the video again. But that means I might have to edit it, so you might not see this right away. Okay. Next is the last tab. Come on, get over there. I also really love how this turned out. The colors, beautiful. On that spraying. I'm all gluey. And I was going to do this one with glue also. Just because it is all over the place. Crazy. So, and it needs to be held down. It needs some of its crazy to be held down with glue. I may trim that shorter. This is cheesecloth. I completely forgot to mention what I'm using here, huh? But if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them in the comments. If I neglect to mention what something is and you just have to know, if I know what it is, I will let you know. So please feel free to ask. And then let me trim this a little bit. Right there. Oops. That didn't work very well, did it? Let's try to get a better angle. These scissors are just for fabric, but they have sharper, some parts of the blade are sharper than others, I find. Okay, I tied this little bow, and that took me an incredibly long time to do because of my big fingers. And I want to stick it down. How's that? I like that. It's cute, it's delicate. There's a little hint of pink in this, and that's what I wanted to bring out with that little bow. And oh, lastly, I did put a little tuck here. I already glued that on, so you can see how it works. It's a corner tuck. Hold a nice extra sheet of paper there, and then also there's a little spot for some notes inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video now and figure out the rest of what I'm gonna do on this. Hello everyone, I'm back. Okay, I think I have kind of a plan here. So first of all, I wanted to do something with this. So, oh, and I was gonna show you my this little organizer. So I got this guy out, and he's pretty cool. She, he, whatever you wanna call it. I did break it already. One of the petals, it doesn't open, but you can open it that way. So it holds all these cool embellishments, and then it folds up like that. It's fun to use. Anyway, I'm gonna close that for now. And well, maybe I'll leave it open, but I need to scoot it a bit. Okay. So I have a bunch of little charmy things, and that is where I have these little garment pins. I have black ones, and I've taken this little bird charm and a little bead, or it was kind of like a bead, and put those together, and I'm going to hook them on this piece of fabric as a little embellishment, because I kind of like to have a little dangle every, one or two. I liked it on the other one. It's just, I love the tactile experience as I'm taking notes and using my journal. I think I might want a little gem there also. So I want one of the smaller ones, and I'm gonna stick that on there and kind of move it to the center. There. Stop flowing all over, Fabri-Tac. Well, yeah, it doesn't squeeze when I want it to, and when I don't want it to, it goes all over the place. Such is life, eh? So, down here on this lovely green, I had this side. See my little globule? I've got this butterfly. He's having some problems with his antennas here, and they're not looking very natural there, but that's okay. This has been in, I have this little drawer here of die cuts and things. This is a punch, actually, not just a die cut. It's a punch I have, Martha Stewart punch, I believe. And I punched it out of scrap paper a while ago, and I think that on this one I did some clear embossing, or either clear embossing or what's that stuff called? Glossy accents. Might be that on there. I'm gonna have to clean that up a bit. It's getting kind of goopy, but we'll move on for right now. And in fact, I'm just gonna stick some plastic in there so it doesn't get stuck. And then I was gonna add a little bow here. Come on. These little bows I found at Daiso. This is getting to be too much glue. Let's take some of that off. Found these little bows at Daiso. D-A-I-S-O. That little shop, Japanese store that sells kind of dollarish items. And so I had that in a drawer. And same thing, this little pink flower here also came from Daiso, I believe. And there's, I think they're like $1.50, and you get a little pack of them. But they are all sales, final, no returns, that sort of thing. Probably because the stuff came all the way from Japan, and, you know, we're all the way over here in the United States. On this page, I was taking advantage of the glue that just keeps coming out of my bottle, and I just glued this on. And I have this Brad, let's see, paper fastener. These might be Tim Holtz, I'm not sure. Little paper fastener with a ring on it. I think I'm going to add something to that, but I didn't plan that out yet. So let's wait on that. And then we're going to go over to the green page. Now I had stenciled these little wings on, so I thought this might be a good place to stick this wing charm that I have. And it had a tiny little piece of glue on it, but I don't think that's going to hold. I mean, it was, yeah, kind of like a mounting square. So I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac. And I was going to put it on this side, kind of on the edge there, to mirror the wing on this side. I have a necklace with a wing on it, and it has a little charm that says Psalm 91:4. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. Love that song. Here we have my gluey mess from earlier. And, no, I hope you don't hear people yelling in the background. Your voices, maybe I should talk, drown them out. They don't know that I'm doing this. Okay, I've got this lovely butterfly here. And why doesn't this butterfly have a little gem? What do you think? I think it might be nice, but come on. Now it's not coming out. It was coming out too much, now it's not coming out. Story of my life. Let's use the tacky glue and hope that holds it. It's paper anyway, right? So I don't actually have the fabric right here. Well, it's okay. I like that. I don't know what is going on over there, but it sure is noisy. And I think that was it for now. Ooh, that moved. We don't want to do that. No. So, shall we do a quick flip through here? And then I'll figure out at some point. I don't know where my cap went. I'll have to unbury it. But here we go. Let's do a quick flip through. That way you get to see it. So I got this tuck spot here. Stick a clock in there for right now. And then we have the little gem there and this little lovely. That I didn't change anymore the second time. I love how this spring turned out. It's like a sunset. And there. I think that's pretty close to dry, but I'll leave my little face there for now. That's another tuck spot. What shall we stick in there? How about, ooh, this little lovely piece of scrap. Voila, c'est ça. And we have the bow there. Beautiful. And the rose there. This is soft. Oh, I should put something on the end of this too if I want, but and I'm gonna add something there, but I just don't know what I'm gonna add yet. This is probably my favorite page right here. Oh, and if you're curious, this says Jeremiah 29 ... and I guess the 11 didn't make it on with that stencil. There's that. And this is the feather, which is trying to glue itself to the other side. It's quite heavy, but I think it'll be okay. There's a faint stenciling of rose pattern here. And let go. Oh no, what happened here? Uh-oh. I think that, yes, my gem. Well, that wasn't very good. You see what happened there? Maybe we should use the Fabri-Tac. It wasn't dry. I'm gonna fix that, put that gem back. He looks awful now without the gem, but let's finish the flip through. This, I love the coloring on this one and the stencil. That's one of my favorite stencils also. And I love the coloring on this one too. And lastly, we have the tuck there, which I will stick this cute little thing in there for now. And you can see how that works. Wonderful. All right, it's time to do some fixing on my butterfly, but I'm going to say goodbye and have a wonderful crafty day. Bye!